on YouTube. Good. Alright. Start in a moment. There's a bit of a delay there. Let's get cracking. Alright. We're live, guys. Alright, get this cracking on. Welcome, guys, man. Let's put this down. Thank you so much for actually attending the show. You know, this is episode 12. It's the dump over. I'm looking like a mess. I can't wait to go back home and just clean all this up, man. But it's good to have you guys, man. Shout out to J Moab. Critique is here as well, man. Smash the likes, man. Yeah, man, support the channel and whatnot. Appreciate you guys. So let's just get this cracking on there, right? Let's see what's going on. Crypto. Where is my Google Chrome? There we go. Let's go. Alright, so crypto, yeah, it's been quite nasty, hasn't it, right? So obviously, from where we were, from range low, I mean, ideally what I was originally looking for was consolidation over here and a breakout, and then let's play up higher. But instead, it decided to nuke down, okay? Now the question is the nuke over? Could we go lower? Could we get a relief balance? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's fucking shit. It's fucking terrible, man. Shazad, salam, walaikum salam, man. Rolf, good to see you here as well, man. Shout out to Rolf, man. He's always showing some love. Victor, thank you so much for attending the show, man. So yeah, let's just see what's going on. I mean, I've got some plans going on for the nuke and the breakout plan, and also the from the upside and the downside. Okay, so I'm gonna show it to you right now, right? Just for in preparation. Okay. So the breakout plan. So you know this. So okay, let's go back from the very beginning. Okay. So as you can see here, right? This is the range high. Okay. So from range high, from the previous all-time high, this here was an area of consolidation where price got above. Okay. So price consolidated in this area before jumping up and then shooting it higher. Okay. So there's my plan over here. So we can play in this range next for the breakdown, okay? Whether we go down to 12k, whatever, we don't know, right? But we'll get to that in just a moment. I do want to show you something from SC. Shout out to SC actually for sharing a chart. We'll get to that in just a second. And the second option is that we break above and hold above this range and go up higher, okay? What is that blue box? This blue box here is another area of consolidation. Okay, so two sets of consolidation we're looking at. Which one plays out the first? In my opinion, it's a difficult one to play, but we can mark out scenarios as well. Brian Hulk, love to her, man. She's a legend. She really is a legend. Thank you so much for actually attending the show as well. I'm feeling pretty weak at the moment, but I thought, screw it, man. The market's dumping. Let's try and get some movement. Let's try and get some movement at least. What I want to show you is SC's tweet. So you see this tweet here, if you guys haven't seen it, right? He did this one literally on, was yesterday. This is what I like to see for BTC, right? Let me show you. You see this? All right? This is SR plays, okay? That's a range high, and SR play. You can see that's a deviation. That's another SR support, then we got nuke below it. That's another SR play where it's become resistance, and we're now here at support. Here is another SR. What is it choosing this SR for? This is an area consolidation which sent the market here, became resistance, and then it got up and held a support. So he's showing, right, what Trader SC is saying, right, a good friend of mine is saying that he would like to see price to come down here, consolidate in this area, get above the SR and hold, and then we can play SR to SR, okay? We'll go through on a chart, but I think it's a very important thing as well. It's really key. In my opinion, I think I'm gonna actually retweet this. I'm gonna retweet this so you guys can actually see on my feed. But love to that guy. That guy's a freaking phenomenal monster. Something else I gotta say. He's not a normal human being in my opinion. But let's just dive into it as well. I think the focus right now should be BTC as well, because that's the main king. That really is the key. Okay, so let's look at this, what's going on right now, and see what's going on. All right, let's see. So we got Monday's range, right? Monday's range is what? This blue range here. We got an SR over here, which is, you know, price got into it, below it, and then tagged it, and then just nuked. Okay, it's just horrible nuke. And the fact that we keep rejecting off this Monday's low, really, and we have to see how this how the daily close, but it's not looking good in my opinion. Because the more we do this, right, the more it's gonna, I think in my opinion, it's gonna fucking just shank heavier, because this 20k hasn't been tested. You know, like this 20k hasn't been tested, and to me it's very concerning. Let's have a look. What am I doing there? Because you see this, right? All this little gap over here. It's not a gap here, right? It's like it's a dead zone. So this is all dead zone. This is all dead zones here, right? And price has got to retest this essentially, at least this high, which is what, 19,888, at least there to a minimum, right? And so is the nuke over? I don't think it's over. In my opinion, we just had the Fed's hike, the Fed's hike at 75 base point. Not looking good. It's the first time that inflation in control, but in my opinion, I think it's not. I don't think they're gonna get this under control. I think it's gonna really go shit the bed. I mean, I'm gonna plug in my boy NJ here, Trader NJ. Check out his stream, In It for the Tech. He talks about it in his stream. I believe that was that today? I think so. I think it was done today. Yeah, I think it was done today. Yeah, it was done today in the morning itself. So do check it out there. So there's some information fundamentally as well. He does go for some news, and I think it's really, like, it's great stuff. Anyway, let's get into crack into like some day trade stuff and see what's going on there, right? So let's go on the 1 hour. See what we get. All right, so I've got a bunch of lines here. Let's ignore the lines for now. You can tell I'm not well, man, but screw it, let's do it. So what we got here, we got this low here. Okay, so clearly we can see that's an SR deviation, and that's going to support. So that's a key SR there. Can we find a range out of it? Possibly. I think the range for me comes out to this high over here. Let's have a look. If I draw a range bound, does it? Let's have a look. If I put on black, change the colors there. Is it respected? I'm on the 15 minutes. I'll have a look at it. Works that together. There's too many colors here. I'm gonna change this here and make this red so I don't get this confused. Alright, so there's two things here. We got the Monday's range here. Fucking hell, man. We're live here. Need to get back on. Okay, I think, yeah, we're back on. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know what happened there. Just like freaking the internet here just bugged up on me there. So yeah, let's get this cracking there. So you see this, right? This Monday's low here. This Monday's low is the one thing that's bugging me a little bit. So we come in, right? So we come in, find its support, get underneath its deviation. Then we get into it and hold, and then we get into it again, hold, deviate it and hold. Now you can see there's a trend line over here. Let's just try and get that drawn out nice and clean. And you're thinking, all right, if we break above it and hold, we can go up higher, right? Playing level to level. But instead, it just nukes back below this Monday's range, finds resistance, gets above it. And to me, the fact that we keep doing that, it's not good, because the Monday's low is not respected, right? How do we play this? This is a very choppy area now. So now we're gonna do two things. Now we're gonna draw a range within a range and play out the breakout. Now, if you ask me, would I long this, right? I mean, you can say, look, there's a consolidation over here, breakout here, going to Monday's low. That's a scalp play over there. But would I long this with a stop loss over here, going into Monday's low to Monday's mid? It's too freaking risky, in my opinion. It is a risky play. It's viable, in my opinion. It is viable because we are kind of overdue yeah, we are overdue a pullback scenario as well, like a deeper pullback back into highs, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I'm just looking at this right for a second, right? So let me get the magnet. And I was trying to find out if this is a range over here. Can I use this as a range? Some kid is screaming, man. What the fuck's going on? You can see that's a deviation. Yeah, you could say that's a range over there. I'm gonna put this as black. Okay, I think it's supported. Reason being is this mid-range here, support, deviation, support. You know, it's all choppy. See, like it's like resistance over here, it gets a little choppy and then sell off over here. So I'd say, yeah, that's pretty much viable one. So we can play two ranges here. So you can look at this way, right? So, yo, SJ, nice to have you here, man. Good to see you here as well, man. Smash the likes, everybody, man. I really appreciate you guys here, man. So we can look at this way, right? So let's just extend this and play this level to level, right? Before we even touch Monday's low, let's just talk about this, because then we can talk about Monday's low, right? So the fact that we're holding it here, I mean, you can say that's up to mid-range, okay? Right, once it breaks that and holds on the 25% range, you can go for this range, the mid-range over here, and then I'd say my stop loss will be over here, right? So that's one play, okay? The second play is if we were to and go to the mid-range, if it start rejecting, right, and start breaking down, cut the trade, right, because we're going to go a lot more lower. But if we start again holding above it and start holding, steps into this blue box over here, then we can start playing level, target 3 off this highs over here, and then we go for target 4, okay, and that's the trade done. So that's it. That's the way I would play this one, okay? Level to level, and that's it. Cut the trade off there. I wouldn't want to. I mean, kindergarten. Nah. Some freaking kid is just screaming downstairs, man. I don't know what's going on. There's pool and shit like that over here, man. Weather's good, but I don't know. You know how kids are, man. They can sometimes be a bit of a pain in the ass as well. I mean, I've got nothing wrong with kids as well, but oh, fuck you know, man. I'm feeling very croaky here, to be honest. So, is the video not loading? I mean, for me, it's on my side. Let's have a look. I think it's the thingy, man. It's the Wi-Fi here in Mexico. It has been terrible for me, actually, to be honest. So I do apologize. It is gonna load up as well, so you guys can check it out just catch it again. Asgard, good to see you here as well, man. But yeah, it happened to me on the Monday stream as well. But when I actually played it back, it was perfectly fine. It was all perfectly fine. It all recorded as well. So you might need to catch it back as well on the replay itself. But yeah, like I was saying, that's the way I'll play it, right? Now, once we break above this high here, then we're set to go higher. Now, how high? Let's have a look, right? So let's just get all this back up there. If I'm gonna delete this range bound here, then I mark this high here, because this is the high that we're looking for a breakout play, okay? You can see that at the moment we're range bound in this area here, okay? So even if we step into here, I mean, you can still say, if we hold here, that yeah, it's viable with a stop loss over here. I have to say a hard stop there, go into 25% of the range. But once we get here, this is the confirmation area. Break above, hold it, off we go. Mid-range, from the mid-range, let's have a look. Let's just get this up there properly like that. Yeah, from the mid-range, we can see if we can go play the pullback scenario up and hold it up there. That's the next target, going up this SR. This SR over here is quite key. What is it? Let's have a look. So if you look here, this was the initial low. Freaking hell, God knows how long ago this low was. Gone 1 hour, it might be. Here we go. This was the initial low that was made back in May. You see this low? So then we could say this. Is this a deviation of this range up here to go up higher? We don't fucking know. We don't know. But in the meantime, we play it level to level. That's the bullish scenario there. We do have a bit of time. I don't think it's gonna happen. You're back on there. That's good. Yeah, it's the internet over here. It's terrible. It's terrible here. I can't wait to go back to the UK, to be honest, as well. I really miss home. Um, Mexico is nice and it's fun, but home is home to me. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to get back in my bed. Plus, when you're ill, you can't really enjoy much. But yeah, if you guys are struggling as well, catch the replay as well. The plans will be there. So yeah, that's the scenario there. Then what happens is if we get above it and hold above it, we don't know. We'll see how it goes, because what could happen? Let's have a look. In the 4 hours, let me delete this, because that's Monday's lower playing. All right. Let's delete all that crap. Right. Because if we come back in, let's have a look. Because if we step back into this range here, in my opinion, back into this 28k range and hold it, we get back into this consolidation over here. Oops, back into this consolidation over here, and all this was just a deviation of the range, and that, we could say that's the spring coming back in and playing up. Do we break up higher? We don't know, but once we reclaim this monthly open over here, right? So let's just say, no, that's not right. So see this monthly open, this was June's monthly open. Once we reclaim the monthly open, then we can start playing higher to 34Ks, X, Y, and Z, okay? But until then, it's not looking too good, right? So that's the plan for the bullish scenario. Now the bearish scenario, let's have a look at that, because everyone likes a bit of a bear, like, you know, a bit of bear tease and stuff like that. You think this pump will last, bro? Honestly, I don't know. I think like there's been a lot of market fuckeries, to be honest, as well, because if you look at the whole free AC capital, you got the whole lunar bullshit, you got the Celsius and whatever. These Asians are getting wrecked, man. I mean, like, just because you got size and you got money behind you doesn't mean you're a freaking trader, man. I think they're a bunch of jokers, in my opinion. A bunch of nobodies, right? Who just got a bit of money, call themselves some fancy names, and fuck them, man. They're all shit, to be honest, as well, because market's nuking and they're just adding freaking liquidity again. They're trying to. Do you know what? The fact that they actually, you know, the market's descending, right? When the market was descending this way, right? You see this? When the market was descending this way, right? What they were doing, they were buying the dip. You're a freaking noob if you're buying the dip, man. I made a video a couple of days ago saying, look, don't buy the dip, man. It's a dangerous moment as well. The world's in crazy volatility. It's like, it's a bear market, man. Why are you adding a freaking dip? You know what I'm saying? Like SC, you know that chart that I showed about SC, right? That's a very solid chart. Let me show you. This one, yeah? 1 minute. This bit here, this area here, this is the consolidation we want to look for. We'll talk about that in just a moment there. But I think they're just a bunch of crap traders, man, who've just got some money. They borrowed money off a bunch of people, and they're getting wrecked. And you know, it's like, look at the guy from Luna, right? Got taught a dirty lesson. He was a top 10 alt. God knows where Luna is right now. Let's have a look. Coin market cap. Floki. Oh man, that's yeah. Anyway, never mind. I don't really care about that at the moment. That's not really. Luna Classic. It's now called Terra Classic, man. What kind of nonsense is this crap as well? Market cap is 393 million compared to billions. They were a bunch of shit bags, man. Really are shit. They are. That's what they are. What's this Luna 2.0? Do they have? That's it. Oh yeah, this is it. Terra. And that's what it's called. This is what it is. $2. Market caps. Look, the market cap's 291 million. They're shit, man. They're absolutely nobodies, man. Talked a lot of shit, and here we are, man. And oh, no, I don't want to save nothing. Cancel that. I don't think they're worth saving on my chart, on my computer. So yeah, man. Look. Everyone's a trader when it goes up. Everyone can long. Everyone can do this shit like day in and day out. Because look, from here, we had like months of freaking going up. If you look here, let's go on the daily. Right. So from the as you can see here. From here, at this area here, which was what, 4k, whatever it was, yeah. From there, everyone's longing. It's very easy to long here, long, and then oh yeah, it dumped over here, long again. And look, there's so many. Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about as well. You know, you got these dickheads, right? Let me freaking put my face on the screen as well, so you guys can see what's going on. So you know, you got all these dickheads are talking about how they, they're accumulating, right? Shut the fuck up, man. You ain't accumulating shit, man. When bear market, you're accumulating. Fuck all, man. So, I mean, yeah, look at VIX. In my opinion, there's nothing to accumulate. We got a lot more downside. They were accumulating from 60k, and look where we are, 20k. 60k to 20k. That's 2/3 of a drop, 66% drop, and you're telling me you're still accumulating? Shut the fuck up. You're talking bullshit here, man. Honestly, man. I think anyone who's actually saying they're accumulating anything right now are talking crap. There's not a time to accumulate, man. Stay safe, because right now people are more worried about buying milk, food for the babies. I went to Tesco's before I went to Thingy. Before I went to what do you call it? To Turkey, to be honest, right? And I remember baby milk, baby formula was £10 a formula, right? A box in it, and now it's at £15. You think they're fucking buying thingy, like all these alts? I'm gonna show you Solana in a moment why I still think there's more downside in my opinion. But yeah, let's get this cracking onto this bear market side here. So, like we said, we talked about this whole I'm gonna show you on the daily. This accumulation over here, right? So pay attention to this accumulation. That's a range bound effect, right? So from 19.4k, we've got to 17. Yeah, we'll play. Okay, see the red line is what we're going to be focused on. Okay, so let's go on the 15 minutes, and let's just play this there. This is why I'm not safe. I'm not happy to start longing right now. Okay, I'm going to show you why. Okay, because like I said to you guys, right, is that I think we can go a lot more lower. Yo, NJ is here, man. Love to you, brother. I plugged you in this fucking stream as well, man. I was telling the guys actually, if you don't believe me, ask them, man. They'll vouch for me. I was telling these guys actually, to jump on your podcast that you did today about the Fed rate raising to 75 base point as well. It's really interesting stuff as well, and I think it's really good for all these newcomers, even people like myself, to actually jump on. Do you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm going for a cigarette, man. Yo, NJ, I would like to tell them what's going on about next week. Or is that a secret right now? Too late, man. The party only starts when you're here, fam. He's a freaking weird legend, that's what he is. But stick around. Look, oh yeah, by the way, just a quick another shout out to NJ as well. He's got a stream tomorrow, 12:15 BST time, right? Trader S is gonna be on. That's a freaking, for those who aren't aware, SC is our mentor, our best friend, our brother. So those two are gonna actually go on a stream together. It'll be really interesting to see how this goes as well. So I'm lagging. Freaking the internet is shit here in the Mexico, to be honest. I swear to God, if I'm in Mauritius, this doesn't happen. I don't know. I'm not shitting on Mexico or anything like that, but I've had problems with the internet here, man. Sorry about this, brother. But yeah, let's just get this cracking with the bearish scenario. Why I'm not feeling too comfortable here, because the price can come over here and still range bound up here, and even then I want to short. Where would I feel comfortable shorting is once we break out this low here. Once we break out this low here, right, and we come down to 20k, let it do its thing. The moment we step under 20k, then we can say, yep, that's your trigger. Fucking hell, man, I can't do this properly at all. Let's do this here. Sorry, man, it's been quite a shit internet here, so you guys can catch the stream afterwards, right? Yeah, so once we get below here, right, let it do its thing, right? Then once it gets below here into this range, that's when I'd say, yeah, here we go. That's my trigger. That's my trigger to short where back to this area here, 17.8k. So then we can start playing to target 1 and then target 2. If we get down below here to target 3 and then target 4, that'd be happy days. But the moment it holds above it and finds support, then that's when I'll cut the trade. let it come back to range high, and then once it breaks down, we go back down further, going back to 16k. I think that's the key point over here, in my opinion. That's the short scenario here. I think it's very plausible right now. It's going to be choppy here in this range bound play. I mean, you can literally play from this low here to 21.9k, in my opinion, but a breakout over here will give you a long scenario up to here as a scalp play. But in my opinion, it's a risky one. NJ started off the stream saying, would he long here? No. Would he short here? No. And this is why you wouldn't long and short here. Okay, he's the fundamental artist. I'm the technical artist here, and I've just showed you why. It's risky unless you're comfortable scalp playing. You can play off within this range here. Let me show you. I think this is a bit too small for some of those just on the phone. So you can see here, this, you can literally see it right now actually. Let's just show you. You see this? It's a range bound environment, yeah. This low, this low. So in my opinion, we're gonna come back up here, and the question is, does it do something like this? We can go on the 5 minutes, and we can see this out properly. It's a range bound play. Here, it's a scalping opportunity though, to be honest as well. I mean, even here, I'd like to play this play. Come back up here, let it deviate. The moment it step back into it, stop loss, hard loss over here, going back to mid range, target 1, target 2, and if it breaks below it, target 3 and target 4. And all we're doing, we're just scalp playing it back over here. That's all we're doing. And then let it wick and whatever. Step back in, go target 1, target 2, and target 3 and target 4. Stop loss over here. And all we're doing, we're just range bounding here. It's a perfect range bound scenario, man. If I had good internet, I'll freaking scalp this non-stop, to be honest as well. I think this is freaking perfect. This is like, and that's it. And like I said, if we break above it, back into here, go into Monday's range, and then the plan above there. Vincent Van Dainks, mate, appreciate that. Catch you later, Asgard, man. Look after yourself, brother. But yeah, that's it for me. I also want to chat briefly about what SC talked about accumulation, because I was chatting shit about people who are accumulating, and I think they're chatting shit. But let's have BTC USD. Sorry about that if that went in there. So look, let's use the index. Smash the likes, man. Show some support, man. Really appreciate you guys being here. Alright, so let's have a look what we got. What the fuck's going on here? The fuck is this shit? Let's delete that. Alright, so if I go to this, alright, so let's look at the SC plans, right? And I think he's got legitimate reasoning over here. So we're going to talk about this here. This SR here, this high. Let me get this high over here. And this low here, alright? This low here, okay? This was the price was consolidating, right? It was a range bound effect over here. Yeah, let's just zoom into here. Can you see that? It's a range bound effect. And the mid range, I mean, it's approximately, let's have a look. Bring this back over here. About there. I think that's there. It's not the mid range really, right? But you see that? We've not retested this area. So if you look at back in 2018, right? So once we dump below it, right? You can see how price was trying to play out. You see we had months of consolidation below this here. From here, we had months of consolidation. That's accumulation. That's the real accumulation. Not the ones you freaking not the ones that your influencers, your favorite influencers are talking about. I think they're talking shit, in my opinion. They've got no relevancy at the moment. They don't know how to trade this market. Some people do, but I think they're panicking as well. But in my opinion, go a lot more lower than this. That's what we want to see. This kind of accumulation. It would take months upon months. You have to remember the next. Sorry, man. the next halving is in 2024, right? So we want to see accumulation up into 2024. So that's what I want to see. At the same time, right? So we got. So let's just bring this back up, and I've got this range over here, and I think this is a viable range over here. From this, no. From it's SRs. It's all purely SRs over here. Okay. Let's bring this all wide across so we can see what's going on. Okay. That's an SR over here in my opinion there. Alright, so we've got a bunch of SRs we can play, but now here in this area it's a dead man zone. NJ said it early on as well, man. It's a dead man zone. Am I still live? Yeah, I think it's come out red in my opinion. So sorry guys, do apologize for this. Once I'm back in the UK on Sunday, man, I think we shouldn't have any of this crap. But look, I genuinely believed back then, right, is that we would start consolidating over here and play it back to mid-range, and then from mid-range to range high, right? I generally believe that, right? I was wrong. Then once we start breaking out this consolidation, we have to start looking at the, you know, the possible downside, and that's where we come down to as well. But the thing is, right, price could consolidate over here. If it consolidates over here, then yeah, this is accumulation, because once we step up above here, once we step back into this range, this SR, then we can say, yeah, let's go higher, right? We can say that's the play, okay? That's what we can say. But in my opinion, I think SC is correct in this idea. We can get a fast nuke and then consolidate in this area here. This will be the accumulation zone here. We could dip below here and come back into it and carry on, and that's just a deviation of the SR. But that's the area that we can start seeing. When we start seeing this here, months upon months of consolidation, and then we can say, yeah, start looking to buys, start looking to accumulate, start looking to hodl as well. Now this is the hodling period as well, but until then, we don't know. We could get a fast bounce over here and then nuke back down lower. Right, let me just remove all this. We can go back up here, back to this SR, and just nuke back lower, and then start accumulating it. This is it's viable. I mean, this bounce over here we can play. Marked out plans early on how to play it, but I want to show you something like that. So that's what we want to look for. So until then, there's not an accumulation period as well. I don't think we should buy anything as well to hodl. To buy for short term for bounces is one thing, which I made plans for. But looking at ETH, I made a chart the other day, right? That this here. I made this chart here, and I was talking to NJ about this as well, and we both had the same idea. Until we step into this area here, until we step into it and hold, there's nothing to buy. This to me is not looking good, because look here, range low here of this lower band on the orange line. Look what happened. We've come into it and we've resisted and we shanked down lower, which makes me think that BTC can go a lot more lower. I think we go a lot more lower. Where to? You see here, this area consolidation. We consolidated here for about 2 years, man. And all this is really, if you look at it this way, this is, let me just make this a bit higher so you guys can see. Really, this is like this, man. Let's bring that over here. Yeah, this is the accumulation, right? This is accumulation. That's the breakout. We have more accumulation, and we're coming back for a retest. How deep is the retest? We don't know, but we'll have to monitor it as well. But once we get, once we get into this range and step back above and hold, then we can hold above it. Then we can say, yeah, expansion phase is coming up. But we play it level to level. Until then, I mean, target 1 over here, step back and hold, then we go to target 2, we hold above it, then target 3, right? And then we play it level to level, going up higher. But in my opinion, I think we come down to this area here. This is what I'm gonna say. This is what most likely to me is more probable as well. So, is it accumulation? No. Is the crash over? I don't think so. I think there's a lot more as well. The Fed rate, Fed just decided to rise the base point by 75 yesterday. We'll find out what's going on next month, but I think there's going to be a lot more blood in the market as well. But we see, we mark that the plan's out there. You guys can actually see what's going on. I'm going to call it a timeout for me as well. But I really appreciate you guys actually being on the being on the stream. Sorry for about the Wi-Fi issues and whatnot, but you guys can catch on the replay and show. I really appreciate you guys being here. Show some love. Hit the likes button. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna do this Dainks daily trade. Once I'm back in the UK, if things go back to normal, then we can start doing this properly as well. So shout out to all you brothers, man, and sisters.